Very embarrassing.
Good evening, friends. I am Rakesh Sharma from YMO News. And today we are talking about the human rights and especially talking the benefits of the human right education. So we have three panelists in our program. One is from Kolkata, Ms. Shaleen, or you can say Shaleen. And one is from Bangalore. She is from the aviation industry. She is Sunita Yadav. Welcome, Sunita Yadav ji. Welcome, Shaleen ji. And our very special guest we have from US, Florida, Mr.Cary. Mr. Cary is the president of Global Pioneer and International Educator. His group is working in 25 countries and he is working with the 10 governments right now and educating the people about the human rights and giving the messages to all over the world that what's the importance of human rights. And first of all, I switch to Ms. Shaleen. Ms. Shaleen, you are linked up or you are associated with the Youth Human Rights Organization for a long time. Can you tell what's the aim of this human rights organization?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Yeah, I'm the ambassador for Youth for Human Rights, Washington, D.C. of India. If you ask me, my journey is quite inspiring. I learned a Universal Declaration of Human Rights from my mother. She was united, with United for Human Rights for the last 20 years. And I learned Universal Declaration of Human Rights when I was in Standard 5. And till then, I used to volunteer with Youth for Human Rights and United for Human Rights. And if you ask me, who are we and what's our purpose? So yes, this is the story of human rights. It's based in US. We have our organization in 190 countries. And our mission is to promote human rights education. It has been 75 years running. That Universal Declaration recently got adopted.
Okay.
India, yeah, but unfortunately, yeah.
Okay.
There's 30 rights.
Yeah. Yes, Shaleen.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. So the 30 rights got created by United Nations, and Eleanor Roosevelt, she was the one who created this documentary. So it's a huge effort. And my mission is to make human rights a global reality, to start from the grassroots. In school and colleges, everybody learn mathematics, English, and other subjects, but nobody focus on human rights. Today itself, I had 3 meetings in schools with a seminar of Youth for Human Rights to do a seminar. So when they asked me, you are here for what purpose? I told I am here to educate and to do a seminar on human rights. They said, human rights, what kids will learn.
I put a question on you, Shaleen. Can you explain the human rights? What are the human rights? What do you mean by human rights?
Exactly.
Because there is a little bit difference between human rights and fundamental rights. Fundamental rights can be differ from country to country. As in our India, some fundamental rights we have as per our constitution. And in other like US, like other countries, they have some different type of fundamental rights. But the human rights are global. So what do you want to say about the human rights? What are the human rights?
Yeah, absolutely. The thing, what I focus on educating on human rights, there are 30 rights which got created by United Nations. We talk here that article number 1, we all are born and free equal. Article number 2, that there shall be no discrimination, don't discriminate it. Article number 3, the right to life. And here I'm coming, article number 16, which is the right to marriage. In India, rural part, women doesn't know that they have a right to choose their life partner. They're totally based on families, the family will decide. And even in rural part, if they go for a love marriage, they're killed. So these are the things.
No, it's not. It's not now common. It was earlier, but now it's common. A woman can choose her husband as per her wish. Anyway, you told
But
about
sir, if you
yes,
ask
yes,
me
yes.
about my
You
20, then I
yes.
will say that nobody knows
I'll come
about
to
their
you. I'll
rights.
come to you. I'll come to you.
Yeah.
I have special guest, as I told earlier, Mr. Cary. Mr. Cary, you are from US, Florida, and working for human rights very long. Can you tell me what you are basically doing and what are the benefits to educate the people about their human rights? Yes, Mr.
Well,
Cary.
these human rights are very, very important, obviously, for survival for each and every one of us, whether it is being treated fairly or it's how some people, certain kinds of people are treated in different kinds of ways. And we have these laws of the universe as compared to, let's just say, treat other people as you want to be treated is one of the very much understood law, moral common sense. And these principles have really turned out to be very much common sense principles that we can all live together. Say you like to drive a red car and I like to drive a blue car. And because you drive red cars and I don't like red, then we're going to make anybody who drives red vehicles will be thrown in prison. That sounds stupid, but that is how some areas are doing things, like, let's just say, trafficking people, selling women, or selling. Let's take all of these fundamental common sense survival. These are survival principles. These are not arbitrary principles. And if you look at the cultures that have survived and are not surviving well, you find that most of the problems are built on the broken foundation, the rights that we have as individuals, as a group, as a family, as your company. You have the right to your own property. You have a right to education. We've right now around the world, we're right now working. We've worked with upwards of 20 governments. We know many things that are not correct and are harming our civilization and our survival as a species. These principles, like, let's just say we don't like what you're doing in your country, so somebody bombs that country. This is a violation of human rights. So when we teach these principles to our young people, we teach the common sense, we teach we're going to live together. And we have these fundamental rules and laws and principles and morals, these agreements. That's what they are. They're just agreements. And when we have that basis for survival amongst ourselves, how do we treat each other? Is that helping? Is that making life worse? Is it making life better? Is it helping? Is it making your life better that we're sharing in how we're living together? I'm going to come to your country. When I come to your country, I have to follow rules. Maybe it's okay to smoke cigarettes. Maybe it's not tea. Maybe these things are considered as very important for us all to survive together. I'll tell you, I worked with the Sri Lanka government. I was a guest. One of the problems in Sri Lanka is other religious groups coming in and paying poor people to join their religion. And this was a big problem. This was a big problem. This is a very sensitive subject. These are very important subjects. How do we treat each other? What are our agreements? And even in the United States, the 75% of all the crime are committed by teenagers. That means that we're not educating our youth properly. We're not giving them a strong foundation with which their life and good. When we get to this, we're no longer going to be having our radio show, and we're no longer going to be able to have our leadership capability. When we get too old, who's going to take over? Look, this is my last color, gray. I have no more color. This is my last color for my hair. When we get too old, we have to turn the world over to our young people. And last thing I want to say about that is we put our young people in good shape to lead to lead and be a good husband, wife, be a good student, teacher, government person. Therefore,
or at last be a good human being.
Right.
yes,
The gist is the be a best human being. And I'll come to
there's
you,
a
Mr.
small-
Cary. I will come to you. And now, Sunita ji,
हाँ जी।
क्या मैं आपसे पूछूं, अगर हिंदी में पूछ रहा हूँ, because our listeners are from India also and they know English और हिंदी बहुत, but मैं सिर्फ ये जानना चाहता हूँ आपसे, आपका एक बहुत लंबा एक्सपीरियंस रहा स्पेशली इस सिविल एविएशन इंडस्ट्री में, तो मैं जानना ये चाहता हूँ कि क्या ह्यूमन राइट्स का वायलेशन वर्क प्लेस पर बहुत ज्यादा नहीं होता, स्पेशली इन इंडिया?
आप बिल्कुल कह रहे हैं और ये बहुत ज्यादा होता है, और इसीलिए हम चाहते हैं कि हर कॉर्पोरेट में, हर एविएशन इंडस्ट्री में इस चीज का बढ़ावा दिया जाए, जिससे हर आम जनता, मतलब जो क्या बुरा है, वो उस अब्यूज से बचे, उस नेग्लेक्शन आपको उभार कि ये मान्य रखेगी और उनको आगे इस चीज में क्या कहेंगे कि उनके लिए बहुत ही फायदेमंद रहेगा, हर उस जनता के लिए जो इस चीज को समझ सके कि उनके लिए ह्यूमन राइट्स कितना मायने रखता है। अगर वो जैसे मिस्टर कैरी ने बहुत सही कहा है कि, और आपने कहा कि बहुत ही अच्छे ह्यूमन बीइंग बनेंगे।
बात ये है सुनीता जी कि ह्यूमन राइट्स का जो वायलेशन है वो कुछ जगहों पे बहुत ज्यादा होता है। एज सुन एज ए पर्सन एंटर्स इन द पुलिस स्टेशन, उसके कोई राइट्स नहीं रहते, वहां जो राइट चलता है वो जो पावर में बैठा है उस आदमी का चलता है, वहां उसके ह्यूमन राइट्स का बिल्कुल वायलेशन होता है। और स्पेशली इन प्रिजन्स, आई थिंक इन ऑल ओवर इंडिया, नॉट ओनली ऑल इंडिया बट ऑल ओवर वर्ल्ड, प्रिजन में जब प्रिजनर्स के साथ जो बिहेव होता है वहां मैं समझता हूँ मैक्सिमम ह्यूमन राइट वायलेशन होता है। और दूसरी बात, मैं आऊंगा शैलीन आपके पास भी आ रहा हूँ इस क्वेश्चन के साथ, कि एक्चुअल में हम लोगों को ये पता ही नहीं है, वी डोंट नो अबाउट आवर राइट्स एज एन ह्यूमन बीइंग, व्हाट आर आवर राइट्स। तो हमें मालूम ही नहीं है कि इफ पुलिस डिटेन्ड अस, सपोज हमें पुलिस ने डिटेन किया, पुलिस ने हमें पकड़ लिया, हम तब क्या करें? होता ही है कि तब हम वही करते हैं जो पुलिस की चाहती है। जब हम जेल में चले जाएं तो वही होता है जो जेलर चाहता है। हमारे वहां राइट्स बिल्कुल ब्लॉक हो जाते हैं, वो राइट्स को टोटल वायलेशन हो जाता है। तो दो चीजें होती हैं कि या तो हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हमारे राइट्स क्या है, या हमें पता है तो वो वायलेट हो रहे हैं, तो हम उसकी कंप्लेंट कहाँ करें? ये बहुत बड़ा अहम इशू आता है। एंड स्पेशली इन यूरोपियन कंट्रीज, मिस्टर कैरी विल give on light on this prospectus, that if in your prisons, in your countries, or your country with, you are working with 25 countries, especially the violation, human right violations are occurred in jail, prisons, or in at the workplace, or in the hands of police stations, or where the mine working is there, or where the child labor working is there. There are so many places where the huge violation of human rights are going on. So in that case,
that's right.
Is it not better to first educate the person? Each and every person of the world should be educated, should be motivated about their human rights. Is it not, Mr. Cary?
You have spoken very much truth about what you're saying. This is truth for me. But I think for us to make it human rights to happen in a very big, I think it's very important that our leaders, our teachers, our parents, our government, our religious leaders, all of our leaders, even our business owners, that we are provided the tools to be able to have these principles and to work with these principles to do the things If you see a violation at work, what do you do? If you see somebody hurting another person in school, bullying, what do you do? Or you see somebody being violated, or you have a situation like rape, or you have all these violations like you listed. There's many. Therefore, we've provided these free materials for any educator to understand and apply these principles themselves in their own area. So allow me real quickly to show you so that this is the human rights website where free education materials, videos, and training is available on this website. That means people do not have to pay any money to understand, have, and apply human rights to their own area. Like, let's just say freedom of thought. You can see the videos are fantastic. When you watch those, it just makes you so happy because it's so common. It's common sense. But the tools are available now for anybody, including, you can see here, tools for educators right on this website. They can order free educator kit, our human rights. And what is it all about? What are these? Everything is taking action. There's actions that people can do to bring human rights to their own city. A mayor, we're working at very many government people. We're working with ministers of education, governors, mayors, congressmen, senators. We're doing a program with the head of the Senate for a country. He runs the largest Methodist church in an African country, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And he now approved this program to bring it to the people and start indoctrinating, introducing this education, because the biggest missing element is when people are not educated, they do very bad things. When people are not educated, they become criminals. When people are not educated, they do not do good things. They do the bad thing. And
but,
so
Mr. Cary,
yes,
I interrupt you.
Yes.
I am interrupting you. You are working, you told that about 10 governments you are working on in 25 countries. Do you feel that the governments are not interested to educate their people about their human rights? Most of the governments, especially in the UAE, especially in the like Afghanistan, like Muslim countries, where maximum violation is going on, and there are no human rights. I can say there are no human rights. They do whatsoever they want. They behave with the people. They treat the people in what way they want, according to their wish and will. They don't follow any human rights. Is it true?
You asked the best question. You asked the best questions. You're a wonderful interviewer. You really are.
I'm just your brother. I am not any interviewer, but I'm just trying to motivate the people, or try to spread the theme of Shaleen, who is working to educate the people, and especially in rural areas and other areas, remote areas. She's going to organize the seminars and etc. To educate the people. And this education is going at a very large scale. And especially, I want to congratulate Ms. Shaleen that she is doing this all free, without any charging anything from the people. It's very noble work she's doing. So, but if in case there are huge violations and government is not inclined to solve the problems, government is not inclined to take necessary steps to stop the violation, to stop the human right violation, then what to do? This is the burning question. Yes, Mr.
I appreciate the question very much. And it takes great leaders and great humanitarians to make a better world. That's the truth. It takes people like to bring that message, because that message will reach people and change the lives of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. You can never tell how one action can change so much and improve so much. So I thank you for this radio And I
Thank you,
love
thank you.
Shailene. She is a great person and a great example for your country. I promise you, she is a great example. And people watch, and people watch, people learn, people see the example, and people start getting busy doing good things. It does make an effect. It does cause change. But in answer to your question, sir, this is a very important question. I believe there's many lies out in the world that can cause us to make stupid mistakes. And we cannot listen to the lies. We have to look. And when we look, we can see. And that's how we know, by looking for ourselves, not just by listening. And therefore, and any person, any leader has to be able to look and see, understand why things are not good. So in answer to your question, I'm not evading it. Your question is, what about government? I've worked with government for a very long time, working directly with the government of Sudan, war between the Muslims and the Christians, conflict resolution. It flew me over to Sudan. They didn't even know why they had war. I discovered over the years, there are great, wonderful people in the government of the world. I am so happy to tell you this. And I'm not telling you this from a commercial. I'm telling you this because I've observed many times. 80% of the people want improvement. 80% of the government. They may be influenced by somebody corrupt, but most people want the good things to happen. Most people want survival. And when somebody does bad things, they're just hurting themselves anyway. Because when I hurt you, I'm hurting my arm, myself. I'm hurting myself because we are a family. When I hurt your car and smash it with the stick, I'm hurting my car. And after I smash your car, get in a car accident. After I steal your wife, I lose my wife. That's what happens. It's a natural law of life. When I hurt you, I hurt me. People who are crazy or people who are evil acting don't know this. But most people in government are people of conscience, people of humanity. And we work with those people to bring great change. And yes, we're working with Pakistan. And we've already trained over 1 million students in the last 3 years on common sense principles and education programs. We trained 25,000 teachers in Pakistan. There are great people in Nepal, in Africa, in Ireland, in Brazil. We've worked with military. There are people who want the good of society, not trying to bring people down so they can have more money or control. No, most people are not like that. I know it's very hard to believe because we see the news and the news tells us how bad it is. Well, the news is not telling you all the truth.
But in every country, Mr. Cary, but in every country, there are violations are going on. They are about, if we talk about the human rights. In India, the Kashmir especially, they are saying that our human rights are violated by the government. They blame the government. Government blame the people, the terrorists. The terrorists also want they should be protected under the provision of human rights. There are examples that terrorists are requesting or trying to protect themselves in the name of human rights. If a people kill 30 people or 40 people, and if he is in prison, he wants, then he will ask about the human rights. He wants each and every facility. This is,
I understand.
Yes.
And the answer to the problem, and I really do understand what you're saying, sir. I really do. The answer to the problem is we assist those that want to make change. We provide tools and knowledge and support to our good governance people, our good leaders. We support and provide materials to those that want to help. And those that don't, we just, because this is how we bring about change. And this is how we bring about an improved culture in society, is by the good people who have all the tools to overcome the negative things that happen. Have to are good
And the
leaders,
best
good
tool
leaders.
is to educate the people about their human rights. Yeah, I think so, as Shalini is working on this subject. And Sunita ji, actually, ho kya raha hai in India, what's happening? I am aware about the Indian system that in the name of religion, in the name of culture, in the name of some other rituals, always women are victimized and their human rights are violated. In some countries, the government says you can't drive, you can't expose your mouth, face, you can't expose your fingers, you can't go to the doctor alone, you can't go to a male doctor. It in the name of religion. Somewhere in the name of caste, somewhere in the name of other issues. But ultimately, government pacifies themselves. All governments, I say all governments are pacified their mottos in the name of caste, religion, and other things. Is it not the human right violation by the governments for the people of their country? Ji,
It is.
Anita.
It is a violation. It is a violation of human rights in all aspects. But as
Ji.
Kerry very well said, that we only assist for those who are ready and accept for the changes. हम उसी को सहारा दे पाएंगे जो अपने आप को बदलना चाहेगा, उस चीज से उभरना चाहेगा. पर जिसके अगर कोई उस चीज की हिम्मत ही नहीं रख रहा है, those who don't want to accept the changes which we are going to be planning to bring it in the society, how do we help them? So we only help people who are ready to accept the changes.
Ji Shalin, what you want to say now? This program of educating the people at large should be continued with all power, with all efforts should be made to aware the people about the human rights. Is it not?
Sir, मैं तो ये बोलना चाहूंगी from day one, जो आगे बढ़ गया, we cannot change that. Only the ray of hope is youth. So which I targeted, I focus. तो इसलिए मैं आगे रास्ते में निकल के मैं youth को train कर रही हूँ with their rights. And in each and every sectors, not only in schools, colleges, hospitality, aviation, medicals, everywhere, because we all are human beings. And we don't know when we become the victim of domestic violence or court के धक्के खाने पड़े, 498 केस के धक्के खाने पड़े, domestic violence maintenance 125 section के धक्के खाने पड़े, lawyer harass करे, police harass करे, because you know what Cary said, the question which you asked, that government doesn't want to make human rights a global reality. I will say 50-50. It depends that if we are lucky enough, we meet the good people and they push us forward with our good initiative. And it's all about convincing, how you convince people what they will get. Like you said that, yeah, I don't earn money by doing this. मैं रास्ते में आके मैं free में करके, my family sponsor, I sponsor, self-sponsor में जाके मैं doing workshops, seminars, online, offline. After getting trained professionally, then also I don't charge money. Whereas I can do that, but I don't do that. मैं 2-4 human rights सिखा के मैं पैसा लेके मैं बड़ी नहीं हो जाऊंगी. Let me make a feel, let me grow more. पैसा अपने आप आ जाएगा, but I'm not money minded. But if you see people are there money minded, कितने सारे lawyers है जो जाके give free classes on law. सिर्फ एक lawyer को ही हक है law जानने के लिए. I don't have any rights to.
नहीं हम तो सिखाते हैं. We teach. Being a lawyer, I'm saying being a lawyer. Don't blame lawyers. Lawyers are the best friend in need of any person. When there is no hope, then lawyer is only the hope. Anyway.
Absolutely, sir. But sir, I'm just talking in schools. Right? They want to come down in schools, but I have started a chain. My mother started a chain. Lawyers like you, they are there in our group. Supreme Court se hai, Calcutta High Court se, Delhi High Court se. वो आके जाके rural part में we go and give free classes on law, so that मैं जाके harass ना हूँ. अगर मैं शिकार बन रही हूँ dowry का कुछ भी, I can go and find a case. पहले जाके मैं क्या step ले सकूँ, then I'll call the lawyer.
Good. I have a limitation of time. I have 1.5 minutes left. So I would like to say one thing, that we should do the needful, and we can do with all to taking the people at large with us. We can do whatever should be done
We want.
in this field, and people should know about their rights so that they can stand, as Sunita ji said, the people should stand, then other will support them. So ये बहुत अच्छी बात है, मेरा बहुत अच्छा आपका प्रयास है. हम इसी तरह की और सेमिनार्स और बातचीत करेंगे ताकि लोगों को अवेयर किया जा सके.
Sure.
And I would like to especially thanks Mr. Cary for giving his prestigious time and very busy schedule. So may I hope that in future also you will guide us, you will give some lights on the working towards the human right education. And Shaleen, aap continue kare, you should continue with your projects. And again, on next week, I hope we'll meet again and discuss about the problems we are facing to educate the people from where the sport is not coming or where the sport is coming. Where the sport is not coming, we should try that everybody should support this project so that people can avail their basic facilities, their basic needs, their basic, I can say the rights should be protected, and people can live with happiness and with all their freedom. So it's a good job. All are you doing with your teams?
Thank you.
I again thanks you. And YMO News is very thankful for your cooperation and giving the time to this channel for sharing your views and ideas and knowledge. And I again thanks Sunita ji for coming this program. And Mr. Cary, thank you very much. You came and
Thank you,
gave the
everyone.
lights on
Very
this.
welcome.
And Shaleen, again, thanks.
Thank you, Cary.
So we'll meet very soon. For today, it's I think it's over now.
And thank you
So-
so much.